What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey fucking Pipes. It's Wednesday, hump day. Love me Wednesdays. It is 5:35 here in the morning in the great U.S. territory of St. Thomas. Love it. Absolutely love it. Woke up at I think 10 after 4 this morning, which means New York time, that's 10 minutes after 3 in the morning. Went to bed around 8:30 last night. The wife and I, we went over to dinner at the hotel next door, had some sushi at the Bowie House, and then we went out to the Westin and had our meal, which used to be a restaurant, but they turned it more into like a sports bar type of thing. So let's just say that it was all right. But, the nice walk between the Westin and there is very, very short, which is nice. And it definitely helps when you are, I wouldn't say goosed up, because yesterday was not a goose day. Yesterday was a Don 1942 day, and I didn't have that first drink until around 12:30 yesterday. I gotta give myself a pat in the back, because to go all morning without having any kind of influence of alcohol on my brain or in my body, well, let's just say, when you're on a holiday, that's a fucking feat in itself. How do you do that? You know what I mean? And it probably explains why I was drinking 1942 all day yesterday and I lost my phone. Not the one I'm recording on right now, the iPhone 16 million S. No, not that one. The iPhone 11 SE that I use to create my video clips. All the video that I take on an iPhone, usually 11 SE. That's what I use. And we're going to go check the lost and found locker here. I already have a call into the security. I've already spoke to Nigel. He's the head of security here. If it winds up somewhere to be found, I will get it back. I'm not worried. If I lost it and it's gone forever and it went to iPhone purgatory before it makes its way to heaven or into Somalians' hands in Minnesota, well, it'll be all right. I'll buy another one on Amazon for $150 and it is what it is, But let's go check the lost and found. Dum. I didn't think it was going to be in there. I didn't think it was going to be in there. Oh well, but remember, folks, feeding the animals is strictly prohibited. And avoid paying the wildlife. Man, there is so much corruption in the world. It is absolutely insane. I hear the latest total of the money that the Somalians stole from the United States taxpayers and our creditors, right? But it comes down to us because we got to pay for it, right? $9 billion. $9 billion. And you wonder why the governor of Minnesota is not running for re-election. I will wager $100 right now that, I don't know who's going to take me up on this, or against this. I will wager $100 that he is indicted before Election Day. What do you want to bet? Man, you know what? About 8 years ago, our 45th president ran on a campaign of draining the swamp. And you know what? The woke liberals and the Democratic Party that are just too freaking not where they're in their lane, they made it all about Russian collusion, and we know that was a lie, right? And how come they don't talk about that, right? The lie of the Russian collusion, right? They don't talk about that, right? They don't talk about how Hunter's laptop, which was Come on, man. And here's the icing on the cake, folks. Here is the icing. I'm taking keep my laptop on so you get some more illumination. Here is the icing on the cake, folks. And I don't care what your political beliefs are. You could be Elon Omar's brother, right? I mean, husband. I mean, bro. Oh, you know what I mean. You had the whole Biden presidency, right, to release all of the Jeffrey Epstein files. But you didn't. You didn't. Why not? And now you're saying, oh, we're hiding Donald Trump is hiding behind his Department of Justice and not releasing the files. Yo, bro, you had an opportunity for 4 years to release it. Why did you do it then? Oh, because we just seen 1% of the whole pie of what's been released so far. You know that's true. And Johnny Sunshine, you know that's true. You know that's true. Absolutely ridiculous. And then I read today in the news, not on social media, I read today in the news that the United States government has seized Maduro's, I think it's like $16 or $18 million compound in the Dominican Republic. Oh, he's a poor dictator in a poor nation. Come on, folks. It was a power play. It's not just about the oil, folks. It's about a power play, right? You set a precedence. You know what? The entire country, the entire world was laughing at us when President Joseph Biden was our president. Come on, man. The guy, I feel bad for him. I said this before. I feel bad for the guy. He's not all there, right? And he was just like a puppet with, other strings holding, other people with strings holding him up. He spent his life to government service and amassed his, fortune in the process. Right? Folks, it's 5:38 here in the morning, and it's another gorgeous day. I see the moon. That means there's no clouds nearby that are going to dump some rain on us. But it's 5:38 in the morning, and there's not a single person on the pool deck right now. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chairs for me and my wife. I'm joking. I was going to say we're going to sell them and rent them out because people come down when they come down at 11 o'clock and want to know why there's no fucking chairs by the pool. Okay, $20 is yours. I'm joking. We met another couple here, an older couple, two older couples actually. They're one's brother and sister, and then they married each other or whatever. I don't know, but they're cool. But one guy works for Emerson Swan as a TACO rep, surprisingly, but he's retired now. And the other guy was in finance, and they're living in North Carolina right now, and they are in the Smoky Mountains, and they're having a blast. And they go away all the time, and they live in a gated community, and they have a golf cart, and he goes to the clubhouse and have breakfast every morning, reading the paper. And I was like, fuck, that's exactly what I want to do. I want to wake up in the morning in my gated community. And I know this is not so far-fetched, right? You could do this, you plan accordingly. You wake up in your gated community. You take care of business. You walk the dogs. Maybe the dogs come with you. Who knows, right? You hop in your golf cart and you go to the clubhouse. And you have breakfast there next to the pool, reading the paper, right? And then going on like a service call or two. That's what I want to do. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. So that's the goal. And it's been the goal. I like that. I've been saying that for quite some time. And when my wife overheard him saying this is how him and his wife, the place that they live, the neighborhood that they live in, I'm like, fuck. The guy's also like 72 years old, so I guess he worked for it. And I still got, good another 30 years before I get there. So until then, like private equity companies keep buying up home service companies, and eventually my turn will come. And I get all the offers all the time, but My business is not at that level yet to command the price that I want. And when I get to that point, I'm 10% there. A little over 10% there. When I get to that point, it's going to be exceeding by about 50% what I'm looking for. So, and it's all about maintenance agreements. The more maintenance agreements you have for your business, folks, the more valuable your company is. And either if you're going to pass it off to a successor, a key individual, or that with private equity as an investor, and it's crazy. But maintenance agreements are where it's at. I learned that many, many years ago from my last boss / partner. And my goal is 2,000 maintenance agreements. 2,000. And at 2,000 maintenance agreements, that puts your valuation, at least in the Northeast, in the area that we're at roughly $30 million of value. Not too shabby. So that's the goal. And we're about 11.1% there. All right, folks. Johnny Sunshine asked that, oh, look, a cruise ship. Johnny Sunshine asked that I not make my videos long and drawn out, but I'm going to end it with this clip I found on Facebook. I think it's pretty cool. It's only about 1 minute and 33 seconds in duration, but if you have the same American values that proud Americans have, I think you'll appreciate this clip, but it'll also make you sick to your stomach, because this cartoon, I wouldn't say parody, this cartoon like comedy is nonfiction. It's true. We know it's true. And even Tim Walsh's daughter said it's true. Have a blessed day. Smash that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button. And also, I want to give a shout out, folks. I want to give a shout out to my baby mama, Heather. I want to give her a special shout out. Yesterday was her birthday. And yesterday was one of her many, many court appearances that she has between Volusia County and Seminole County, because she is a criminal. And I'd like to thank you, Heather, if you're watching. Thank you so much for fucking me almost 26 years ago. Fucking me right in the keister, because payback's a bitch. And if you don't, and none of you know what I'm talking about, check out the Mikey Pipes Cuffed by Cops, Cuffed and Uncensored YouTube channel. We have 6,500 subscribers there, but I have all of my baby mama's arrests up there. Thank you to the Volusia County Sheriff's Department and all the police and law enforcement in Florida and everywhere else in the world. Thank you so much for your service, and thank you, Ron DeSantis, and thank you for everyone who supports police body-worn cameras, because it's not only about transparency, but it's about fucking your ex right in the keister. Payback's a bitch.
Somalians have a right to steal billions of dollars with fake daycare centers, Donald. That's their culture. I spent a few months in Somalia myself, and do you know what I leered? What, Tim? I leered that Somalians steal money from the government there, too. Tim, I had no choice. Somalians stole $9 billion before you noticed. Oh, right, like it's so easy to keep track of $9 billion. How am I supposed to watch that many bills at the same time? Besides, I never leered finance. You don't need to know finance to see $9 billion went missing. Yeah, well, not everyone is a leered businessman, Donald. Tim, did you help the Somalians steal money? No. How's everything going, Tim? Is Donald still going to cut the funds? I have a private jet in layaway, but I have to make the purchase by Friday. I'm still on the phone with him, but he's being stubborn. Alright, give it to me. Donald, it's Ilhan Omar. I'm sorry, who? I'm the Somalian congresswoman who sleeps with her brother and says white people are the devil. Oh yeah. Listen, you can't cut funding to Somalians because they stole a handful of money. That's their culture. Ilhan, are you part of the scheme as well? How dare you ask me that? I would never steal money from taxpayers. I worked really hard to increase my net worth from like 45,000 to over 30 million in 6 years on a $174,000 salary. Damn, how are we going to steal taxpayer money now? Well, I have one idea. Well, I guess I have to resign as the governor of Minnesota. People think it's such a big deal when Somalians use fake daycare centers to steal $9 billion from taxpayers. Apparently, it's all my fault they got away with it for so long. It doesn't even make any sense. I never learned finance. Why is it my fault?
Before you click away, listen up. If you think this channel is unfiltered, you haven't seen what I'm dropping on Mikey Pipes, cuffed by cops. That's where the gloves come off. Full-length police body cam footage. No edits to protect feelings. No commentary to sugarcoat stupidity. Just real arrests, real consequences, and real people doing dumb shit on camera. If you like chaos, accountability, and watching excuses fall apart once the cuffs go on, that's your channel. Head over to Mikey Pipes, Cuffed by Cops right now. Subscribe, turn on notifications, because YouTube sure as hell isn't going to push it for you.
Somebody with his legs. He's good, he's clear. Who's got an extinguisher? Mark's got one.
He also had prior charges for reckless driving and resisting arrest, but he'll never stand trial. This time, the story ended in twisted metal and smoke. What began as a successful pit turned into a fatal oversight, a cuffed suspect, a stolen cruiser, and one final ride that cost him everything. The lesson? The arrest isn't over when the cuffs click. Stay alert, stay locked in. Every second counts. If you found this case interesting, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Mikey Pipes Cuffed for more real police body cam footage.